What is good? Alright, guys, this is gonna be a book review. So, alright, let me try to get back to the start here, because now I'm gonna show y'all the first book that I just recently purchased. I haven't read through any of these books completely, but I took a good flip through it, making sure of different symbols, different things that I'm aware of, and all of the books that I've purchased so far are absolutely amazing. Starting off with this book called Instant Magic. Instant Magic is going to put you off in a direction where magic and spellcrafting is going to be easier for you if you start off this way, because it's going to teach you how to do certain pieces of magic specifically out of will, without having to cast a circle, no spells, no candles, no nothing, just all out of will. But it's also going to help you with all of the other types of magic. It just puts you in the right mind frame so you understand how to do that as well. Let me go through a few of the things. What is instant magic? The anatomy of a spell, the words of magic, instant magic spells, spell crafting, advanced instant magic, instant healing, the magical life. This thing is going through a lot of information. We're talking about elemental, just energy works, spirit guide meditations, the how to raise your chakras, how to your planetary surfaces. Oh man, this stuff is dense. Breathing of fire, cooling breathing. So fire breathing, heat yourself up, get the energy flowing, cool down, so that you can meditate and be a little bit like that. Positive breathing, negative breathing, elemental breathing. There's just everything. Inner temple of healing. This thing, the Om symbols, chakras. We're talking about all of the beginning stages. Let me take you a little peek. Now, I think that the words might come out backwards on this camera, but if you really want to see what's in here, just take a little snap, flip that image around, and you can get yourself a sneak peek on what this book is like. And look at the thickness. This book, I was not expecting to be this thick of a book. This is actually a great buy for its price. Going on, I'm just gonna blow through these very, very quickly. Again, another book I did not expect to be this thick. It's very thick, and it's called The Sigils of Power. The Sigils of Powers are going to pretty much, it's like self-explanatory. This is mostly about sigil magic. But this is going to teach you just so much more. I looked through it, and it was so much more than what I expected. The magic of the mind, it's gonna teach you how to better dream recall, experience a lucid dream, recover a sense of joy. There's like inspiring others, changing the mood around you, encouraging compassion, understanding, loving, trust, change and transformation. We got a lot of good stuff in here that's gonna help you on your everyday stuff, like your everyday life. We got things for your fortune, love and relationships, breakthrough magic, spiritual magic, personal strength, peace magic, protection magic. This thing keeps going on and on. Personal healing magic, wisdom and education, business and finance, employment magic. This if you're just looking for magic that's going to help you on the everyday life, that's going to put you in a better position, so that way you have the time and you have the effort, you have the will to actually learn some more serious magic. This is the way to go. Personally, I think that you should start off with the instant magic. If you only get one book, you definitely get instant magic first. This is going to really get you started. And then right after that, this is the type of book that I would get right after that. This like puts you into the deep end of real practical magic you can use on the day-to-day basis. Now I'm gonna show you some smaller books, right? This is a much smaller book, but it's still dense with information. This is called Magical Servitors. Magical Servitors. And the servitors are pretty much beings that you can create exactly how you want. If you want to make them dark, you can make light, an angel, a demon, whatever you want. You create this the way that you want to create it. You give it life. You have to feed it some sort of energy in order to bring it into life. This is going in here. There's some videos explaining what they are. In here, you're gonna get all the information that you need to create one, and all I can tell you, if servitors is really your thing, if you're listening to it and you really want to make that happen for you, then what you're going to want to do is meditate a lot. You know, you need a lot of meditation, a lot of energy building works to really make this work for you. But once you have the energy to feed it, this is something that's going to come through for you all the time because you create it. You can banish it whenever you want. It does not turn on you. You can put parameters so that it's always on point to exactly what you want it to be. You can make this for other people. You can make them to protect you and your family, to protect your home, to protect certain items. You can attach them to amulets so that way whoever's wearing that particular necklace is getting protected by it, so on and so on. You can use this for good, bad, whatever. Obviously, I don't want you to use it for bad, but I'm just saying this can be used to whatever you want it to. You can make whatever you want out of it. Next one, Chaos Magic. Chaos Magic, I think it's by the same... No, it's not by the same author, but this, again, is an awesome little book. Awesome little book, but dense in information. I looked through it. This stuff is not gonna take you down the route if you're if you're a right-handed, what would you call it, like a white witch or whatever, you know. If you're concerned about doing specific things that change destiny or stuff like that, this might not be for you. I forgot exactly the definition. It's not coming to me at the moment. Doesn't matter. Point is that these sigils, the information in here, is really gonna help you with day-to-day life. And it's basically safe. It is safe. You might want to read into it a little bit. Some of these some of the things you're working with here aren't necessarily just angel. Like this is not you know, working with angels and stuff. I think there might be some. I would have to read more into it. But for the information that I can give you at the moment is that this is going to teach you how to create sigils, how to use chaos magic in your everyday life to get you better positions in jobs, to make certain situations within those jobs easier to bear, and you know, give you a little bit more energy, a little bit more pep in your stuff, and get you going in on you know, creating a better future for yourself. So that's Chaos Magic. Great small book. And then this last book that I'm going to show you, actually this is not the last book I'm going to show you, but this is the beauty of them all. This is a pretty expensive book. I wouldn't say expensive, but you know, compared to other magical books that I purchased, this is in close to $50. But if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty of what magic is, this is the Golden Dawn. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. Look at the page, the way that the pages look. And look at the thickness on this. This is a absolute textbook. All right, this is a textbook. This is something you can teach out of. All right, this thing right here is just absolutely. Oh my goodness, I'm just so impressed the moment that I got this. But if you're interested in the Golden Dawn, this stuff right here is absolutely the book for you. It's gonna go into I'm gonna just take a peek in here, because this is such a thick book, so much information. I'm gonna find it very difficult to explain everything to you. This goes all into the rituals, I've seen information here explaining to you basic rituals, the symbols. I'm definitely not explaining this book. I'm not doing this book justice. I haven't had enough time to look through it all. I wasn't gonna be able to truly look through it the way I did on the other books because it's just so much. This book has, like, we're talking about, well, like, into the 700 pages. Like, this is into 700 pages. You know, let me see. This is going to go into a lot of the Egyptian god forms, forms of the magic of light, clairvoyance, talismans, signs. It does go into a lot. I've seen a few things in here. This is, I wish I can explain this more. The magic of swords, the 4-element weapons, the complete symbol of the cross, of Rose Cross, the ritual of Rose Cross, the Lotus Wand. There's a lot of stuff in here, and it's like, it would be a separate video on its own for me to really get into what's in this particular book, because it's just so dense. It's so much. It's very difficult for me to do it justice. I'm going to probably do a review on this book on its own in the future once I've gotten at least halfway through, which I expect will take some time, being that this thing is thicker than the books that you get at school when you was in middle school and you had those giant textbooks. This thing is bigger than that. There's so much information in here. And then now I'm going to see if I can get these other books over here real fast. This is actually probably a video on its own, but I want to just throw it in here real fast just so that y'all can see. If y'all interested in dragon magic, so if you're interested in the draconic path, if you want to understand it more, there's 3 books that you might want to get. So right here, as you can see, we got Dragon Magic. This is by who is this by? Conway, DJ Conway. And this book right here, the Dragon Magic, right? This one is Teachings of the 5 Inner Rings. It's more about how to actually start off, right? It's going to teach you how to become an apprentice, and then move over into an enchanter. Then from there, it keeps going on. After about 2.5 years of doing these 5 rings, the last ring, you're going to become a mystic. Now, this is the thing, though. This is the book you're going to want once you've decided to actually do this. Personally, if you're just studying it and you don't mind having a few books in your bookshelf that you're not really on that path, but it's just a cool book to have, these are the books you're going to want to get. Now, Dancing with Dragons. Dancing with Dragons is absolutely beautiful book. It has tons of information in here about what it really means to be draconic, or to deal with dragon entities, and it seems great. It seems like a really well-rounded book. I've only taken a peek. I just received, I only taken a peek at all of these things. So I can't really give you too much of an outlook on this, but what I will tell you this on this particular path, though, if you want to get this book, this is going to show you everything you will like. Everything you're going to like is in this book, and if you like this book, you're going to want to get the next books, right? But this last book right here, Draconic Ritual book. This might be a book that you're going to also want to get right off the beginning, because this book is going to show you into a little bit more of the more adult and darker aspects of the draconic path. So if you're squeamish and you don't want anything to do with anything that even resembles darkness, or any, if you used to be a Christian and in the second somebody mentions a demon you get spooked out or whatever, this might not be for you. But if you can get through this book and you're still like this path, and this actually, or maybe you find this cool and you actually want to do it even more, definitely get this book first. I would say get this and Dancing with Dragons, and that's really gonna set you onto what you guys want to do with your spiritual path. So peace out, dude.